Hi class, today I'm going to be talking about my pop culture from abroad. I chose a television show as my topic. It's a television show that took place from 2002 to 2015. It's called Top Gear. Um, it's an automotive show. Uh, has segments about racing. It has segments about your everyday cars. It has segments about supercars. They also did adventures to go through different countries and explore. So, um, the three main characters in it are Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. Jeremy Clarkson is like your funny, sarcastic character. James May is your more conservative. Um, will drive the cars a little bit slower, um, and then Richard Hammond is an actual professional racing driver, but he also is like kind of more like a loose cannon. But yeah, I chose it because it had a pretty big impact on my life. Growing up, my family, my grandfather was into racing cars when he was growing up. My dad likes cars, so it kind of gave us a way to bond more or less. Every time that show would be on, we'd be watching it, laughing, talking about how the cars are and everything. The impact, I think it has a large impact on everybody that watched that show. It kind of made a generation of people who like cars and um, liked combining the comedy aspect and the car aspect and the traveling that they did as well. Like they would go to Africa and buy cars there and drive across to Africa and talk about how the country is and um, all the interesting things that happen in that country. Meet local people, eat local foods, and then. But they also did like racing segments where they would have a celebrity drive around a track in a normal car, and I just found that super interesting, and it had a large impact on my life and how I grew up to like cars and how I am now. At one time I owned four cars at once, but um, yeah, it just made me want to keep pursuing cars and keep that in my life. So that's how it really had a large impact on my life, and it gave me an outlet to spend more time with my family and my father, and so we could connect in different ways that maybe we wouldn't have been able to connect prior to. Um, I think without that show, um, the the bond that I had with my grandfather and my dad probably wouldn't be exactly the same. I'm sure it would still be great as it is today, but it would just be a little different. I wouldn't have heard the stories that my grandfather had growing up racing Jaguars after he got out of the Navy, and him talking about how he got in a car accident going 100 miles an hour and just things like that. Or like my father helping me um, rebuild my brakes on my BMW when I was 19 years old and I just bought it and I didn't know how to fix anything. So that's my pop culture and the impact that it had on my life. Thank you.